In the 1980s, the United States gained a massive advantage in space exploration over the Soviet Union. It was during this time that the Soviet Union sought to catch up, and in the 1980s, they began the development of the Buran space shuttle. This was not a successful program, as the Buran was grounded after a single test flight, and the program was later suspended. Meanwhile, a parallel project was underway, the creation of the Energia heavy-lift launch vehicles with which the Soviets intended to carry their space shuttles into orbit. In this effort, the An-225 took center stage, a giant designed to transport large-scale equipment, launch vehicles, and of course, the Buran itself, among other cargo, to the Baikonur Cosmodrome. The design of this giant began in 1985, and on December 24, 1988, the Mriya took to the skies for the first time. A few months later, with a takeoff weight exceeding 500 tons, the aircraft shattered 110 different world records in cargo weight, distance, altitude, and speed. Its fuselage length reached 84 meters, its wingspan exceeded 88 meters, and its wing area surpassed 900 square meters. It stood 18 meters tall, with a fuselage and cargo bay width of 6.4 meters, a height of 4.5 meters, and a length of 43 meters. For comparison, an average subway tunnel is 5 meters high. The aircraft's maximum takeoff weight was 640 tons, and it could carry a total of 250 tons of cargo. Alongside its freight, it could also accommodate 60 passengers. The vertical stabilizers were placed at the tips of the horizontal tailplanes, a necessity to ensure that the powerful vortices created by the massive loads mounted atop the fuselage would not disturb the control surfaces. The external mounting points could secure a space shuttle up to 70 meters in length. The type required the most powerful domestically produced engines available at the time, the Ivchenko Progress D-18T. Weighing more than 4 tons each, 6 of these engines were needed. Its crew consisted of 6 members. In addition to the captain and first officer, there were 2 flight engineers and 2 navigators, each with their own dedicated workstation in the cockpit. To reduce fuselage weight, the aircraft was given a single cargo door. The nose could swing open and a ramp would extend, allowing cargo to be loaded once the aircraft had knelt onto the tarmac. The Buran space shuttle was first transported from Moscow's Zhukovsky Airport to Baikonur in April 1989. It would not receive many similar assignments as the Buran program was terminated and the planned second prototype of the An-225 was never completed. The sole completed aircraft was towed into a hangar and its engines removed. Around the turn of the millennium, it seemed there would once again be a need for the aircraft, and the Antonov Airlines company began work on bringing the aircraft back to life. During preparations, the Mriya underwent several upgrades and modifications necessary in part to meet international aviation regulations. Thus, in the spring of 2001, the type once again took to the air and entered service performing special missions. It was given countless thrilling tasks. One such mission involved transporting multiple fuselage frames for the Airbus A380. With its return to service came new records. Exceeding its own published maximum payload, it climbed to 2,000 meters with 253 tons on board, flying at 763 kilometers per hour. No other aircraft in history had ever left the ground with such a load. With maximum payload, it required a 3,500-meter runway for takeoff. The Mriya's first commercial flight took place in 2002, carrying 188 tons of food from Germany to Oman for US troops. With 200 tons of cargo, the aircraft's range was 4,500 kilometers. With 150 tons, it could reach 7,000 kilometers. The aircraft set more than 200 world records, including an impressive long-distance achievement in 2018, when the An-225 flew 9,800 kilometers from Kiev to Oakland without an intermediate technical landing. Its cargo list often included extraordinary loads: locomotives, metro cars, aircraft and ship components, tanks, trucks, massive generators, power plant and oil rig equipment, transformer stations, wind turbine blades, helicopters, and even small submarines. Whenever a natural disaster struck, the Mriya was often among the first to arrive, delivering hundreds of tons of relief supplies prepared by various aid organizations and governments. The sole airworthy aircraft spent 2019 on the ground, undergoing extensive maintenance and a cockpit modernization which included a new engine control system. After several test flights, the Mriya returned to service, and in April 2020, it delivered medical protective equipment and supplies from the Far East to Poland during the COVID-19 pandemic. Its landing in Warsaw drew crowds of aviation enthusiasts, and Chopin Airport streamed the event live on the internet. Its unfinished second prototype was never completed, and to this day, only one example has ever flown. In February 2022, the An-225 was destroyed in a fire near Kiev during the Battle of Hostomel Airport, also known as the Antonov Airport. Over its 33-year career, the An-225 set approximately 250 aviation records.